Across London, thousands of lawyers practice the law every day. They passionately defend their clients, they speak what is right and wrong, and they regularly line their pockets without looking back. But how do they perform out of their comfort zone? This film takes an unprecedented look through the corporate keyhole in order to uncover the true practical methods as to how the law is taught. Camera crews have been granted unique permission to follow 5 young lawyers in their mission to make the perfect film in order to learn about the law and business of media production. We would like to take the opportunity to apologise for the sheer incompetence you are about to witness. No lawyers were harmed in the making of this documentary. King Mary University. It's the first day of term for the Law and Business of Film course, and the young lawyers and filmmakers-to-be are anxiously queuing outside the classroom.
I hope this won't take long. I have to go back to the office.
Oh yeah, what firm are you from?
She didn't know who I was. That bitch didn't even know me. I mean, it's not every day that you get to share a classroom with the head of the legal department of the most famous fashion brand. I mean, mind you, I bet she's never bought a burglary bag in her life. It looks like her mother still dresses her.
Yeah, I've heard of burglary. I have bought a few burglary bags before, but I just end up putting them in the back of my wardrobe with my 42 other bags. What? That's what the students loan for. There's no point only having one bag. In fact, I might have go bag shopping after this class.
Will you be opting for one of Mina's company's bags?
No.
Spit it out, girl.
I was just checking if this is a plastic-free course.
I'm sorry?
Is this a plastic-free course? Yes, I do care about the environment more strongly. We are using more and more plastic in our everyday lives, and university is no different. So, will the film we make be made of plastic? If so, I'd like to begin my letter of complaint now.
Photographic film strips are made from polyester sheets, if that's what you mean. Not to mention all the plastic that goes into making the DVD cases. Incidentally, for your reference, plastic film is also coated in a layer of gelatin, which, as I'm sure you're aware of, is made of pig fat. Did that answer your question?
You mean?
Hello, I am Professor X, and I will be teaching you the law and business of film. Oh, wrong slideshow. Sorry about that. No relevance here. I mean, unless you want to make a film about foot fetishes, in which case I have an extensive collection and reading materials for you. Ah, here we go. Yes. So as I was saying.
I'm sorry, Your Highness.
It would be very nice to be able to start the class without being interrupted by another bumbling simpleton. Find your seat, will you? Or will that take you another 10 minutes? I can't believe I am forced to teach these imbeciles. I suppose I am the equivalent of a god in my field of work. I guess you could say the work that I do is nothing short of a miracle. So, as I was saying, in the name of all things holy, you're back?
So I tried to move classes, but the law of new class was fully booked. So I've got to do this one.
Well, off you go to your plastic chair. So you're all going to make a movie and I'm going to assess you. As simple as that.
We're assessed on the legal report of the issues we encountered in the making of the film, right? Not the movie itself. We surely shouldn't be assessed on our movie making skills.
Well, I'll be assessing the movie and my word is the law, so that's the law bit.
Professor, so I have very smart questions. So we are making a movie, then what is the difference between movie and film?
They're the same thing, stupid.
Yeah, what she said, stupid.
How do you feel about people calling you stupid in the middle of class?
I'm used to it. I mean, I know I'm not the cleverest crayon in the toolbox.
How did you come to be a lawyer?
Sometimes it's not what you know, but about who you know, you know?
But don't you need grades and qualifications?
Sorry, what?
So, you'll all have a group budget of £1,000 to produce your film, or movie, or motion picture, or whatever you want to call it. Of course it's fake money. They're still not aware. Classic.
Professor, I don't get why we have to make a film.
And damage the environment in the process.
That's the whole point of the course, stupid.
But this is business law, right? That's what we signed up for.
It's the law of business of film class.
Yeah, you must have signed for the wrong course.
Well, the register's fixed in place. Whether you have problems with filming on plastic film or are enrolled on a completely different course, you're stuck here with me forever.
I don't know why people are asking questions like this at this stage. They should have known what they were signing up for months ago. It all comes down to organisation as I see it. They obviously haven't been trained properly. A good bit of discipline is what they need.
So, I think this slide essentially summarizes the inherent pedagogical objective appropriating the realm of this interdisciplinary area. Well, why aren't you all copying this down?
Excuse me?
Yes?
Could I borrow a pen, please?
That's a beautiful plastic pen.
I think I'll pass.
What's your response to complaints that your teaching methods are somewhat unorthodox? The makers of this documentary have managed to get in touch with an anonymous female student. Her face and voice have been disguised in order to preserve her anonymity.
Professor X is a horrible, horrible teacher. He thinks he's literally God. He once made me get on my hands and knees and worship in front of the whole class. Thank you, asking.
So, as there are only 5 students, I suggest you all get into one group, say hello to each other. You're now a production company.
I'm not working with that.
Why you have to be so mean?
Guys.
Stop! Stop this madness! This is how Brexit started!
Well, tough tits. I've already taken the liberty of forging your signatures on the production agreements, so you're all in a binding legal contract.
It will be fine, guys. All we need is clear guidance and direction. So I nominate myself as leader. Any objections? No? Good.
There we go. What's-his-face will be your team leader. Now, your films are expected to be at least 4 hours and a half long. Let me show you some examples of the films my students produced in the previous years. I expect yours to be at least of this similar standard. Now get comfy, you'll be here for a while. Well, that was a fairly decent film, directed by the talented Steven Spielberg. It got a 69% if I recall correctly. Now this next film is a good one, a classic made by one of my group of students when I was teaching about 85 years ago. Charming. Charming. Gets me every time. Instant classic.
After many hours of Professor X showing the class films from previous years, and Mina missing 6 meetings at her legal office, Charles finally gathers the team together for their first production meeting.
Okay, troops, this is our first team meeting. What an exciting time to be alive. Right, if we can just all pull together, we might just make the greatest film of all time. And then we can quit Professor X's class with a good grade.
And never see each other again.
Well, yeah, that. So I suggest no dumb comments, no complaining about plastic, and absolutely no bitching.
And no bossiness?
I count that as bitching. That's your first strike. 3 strikes and you're out of the group.
What? Who do you think you are talking to? Do you know who I am?
The head of Burberry London.
I think we should listen to Char.
Yeah, like your opinion matters.
Oh my god, stop being so mean,
He's
please.
so dumb, he deserves
we
it.
But every
Usually
time,
don't
you
want
have
to
to
defend
deal with it every single time. No one can
You know,
please. Can you just stop a little bit? Give us a break.
Guys, stop this madness! Stop this madness, I tell you. It's World War III.
Right, I'm glad we've all got that out of our systems now. Gordon Bennett always like to argue. So, I think one of us should be in charge of the budget to make sure that we spend it wisely.
Yeah, I think you could be me. I'm very good handling money.
yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. The role's yours. So, does anyone have any ideas on the type of film we could do?
Two weeks later.
So, guys, any more suggestions from any of you?
I think I've got the perfect idea. I think we should do this.
Far away?
Polar bears.
What are you banging on about?
Let's do it on polar bears. I've got the entire document
I
here.
actually like polar bears. They are fluffy.
Exactly. And see, the habitat on ice is threatened due to global warming. And because of that, they are endangered species. Because of what?
Yeah.
Human activity.
Yeah,
And we should go and film them and show the world their struggles.
yeah, we could drive there. And
Yeah.
film it.
Yeah, drive to the Arctic. What kind of howitz are you?
Oh.
Mina, Mina, Mina. I think that's your next strike. Do you want any more?
I actually got an idea.
Seth.
Yes, Husky.
We could make a mockumentary of us making a film. I think the idea of lawyers making a movie is quite funny. And we also have like stereotypical personalities, so yeah.
This is one of the worst ideas you've ever had, and that's saying something.
Okay.
Well, why don't we see what Gabby brings back from town? I sent her there to go and get some inspiration from the film, which is due back any minute. Oh, there she is.
Hi guys!
Hi!
I've had such a good day. You guys won't believe what I bought.
Oh, why
Such
is
a
that?
bargain, like 50% discount. And I think it's gonna look so great on the movie, like someone can wear this, it's gonna be awesome.
It's a scarf.
Yeah. And I think we can fit on the budget, we can
No.
totally fit it.
£900?
That's 90% of our budget, guys. You're such an idiot.
900 pounds, Kathy. 900 pounds. That could have like fed 475 children's school meals. 475. Make it 500.
Okay, I think you can return this if you guys don't like it. Please.
I think, please.
Off you go.
Yeah, I may have to get the budget back some other way.
It's okay, Gabby. I use this crowdfunding website all the time to raise money for protests against lawn mowing and banning DVD cases. So I'm sure you'll raise money for the budget in no time at all. So anyway, how much money have you raised till now?
£1. And you know, this is a joke, like a mean joke from Mina. She's the one that made this donation.
It's just a start.
Meanwhile, the group want to ask Professor X a very important question.
Go in.
He's never going to say yes, you know what he's like.
He's more likely to say yes if you actually go in.
Yeah, but you're forthright, so he'll like that. You go in.
No, let's send Husky. Let's tell him that it's an important mission or something like that.
Quieter. Quieter. Breathe quieter. All right, speak.
Hi. I just come to ask.
You've come to ask whether you can get an extension of the deadline for the film project. Your team is having issues and you need a bit more time to finalize the film.
What? Are you a psychic?
Yes, I am. No, I heard your fellow students conspiring like witches outside my door. It's amazing the things you can hear in this place if you just listen quietly and empty your mind. Mind you, there's not much mind for you to empty. Anyway, the answer is no. A deadline is a deadline, and my word is the law. Speaking of the law, remember you're not allowed under any circumstances to put company logos or trademarks in your film. I don't want to be sued for intellectual property infringement. I've got far too many lawsuits going on against me anyway. Now, where's my coffee? This is tasty coffee. Now set forth, young mule. Go on, make your film. I will see you once more, once only, on the day of your submission.
Outside, Gabby has resorted to desperate measures to raise sufficient funds.
Any spare change? I need to feed my family.
Gabby, it's us.
What are you doing? Are you really resorting to this? People from my company cannot be seen fraternizing with riffraff like you.
Mina, calm down. This is getting too far now. Husky didn't get anywhere with Professor X as well. There's only one thing for it as I see it. It's time to call an emergency meeting. Okay guys, we're in serious danger now. Emergency meeting time. We have £101 in our budget, thanks to some numpty over here. We're 1 day to submission date, and do we have anything to offer? Not even a still image.
But we have a scarf.
That's true, but that probably wouldn't help us much in our film project, would it? Now, have we got any suggestions?
We haven't had a single good idea. That's the problem.
I have a good idea actually.
So did I.
No, they were not good
I
ideas.
did.
They were not.
I did.
But I do have an idea that might work, but it's
Okay.
very risky.
Let's do it.
What is it?
Okay, so my idea is the following. We should submit a DVD of a small independent film we can find on the internet.
Yeah.
I'm sure the professor hasn't heard of it, and then he's gonna think we worked hard on it, and then we can get a good mark.
Yeah, and because we are all lawyers, if we get into trouble, we can easily argue our way out of it.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like, all we have to do is like use long words, intricate loopholes, and passionate lines of argument.
And use long words.
That's what I said.
Okay, are we all in?
But it's not right. We're lawyers, we should be fighting for what's right, not trying to squeeze ourselves out of trouble.
Come on, don't be such an arsewife, Charles. I mean, it's this or nothing. Do you want a good mark?
This.
Fine, I'm in.
Okay, good.
The deadline has finally arrived and the group are at Professor X's office to hand in their film.
Enter, if you dare. One at a time.
Professor X, this is our
Your submission. Oh, how interesting. Please put it in this box.
I just want to say that in the beginning of the film there is a different production company logo, but that's just a glitch on the DVD. It's nothing.
Don't worry, I don't watch the student films anymore anyway.
Well, what?
Do you think I have time to watch films all day? Heavens, no. Just leave it there on that box and I'll get to it when I can. And hopefully we won't have to see each other's faces ever again.
But I thought you said you assessed the films.
Nah, I got bored of doing that ages ago. Now I just arbitrarily choose a number between 0 and 100 and that'll be your mark. And remember, my word is the law. Now run along now. Thank you. Close the door behind you.
Since the filming of this documentary wrapped up, Husky attempted to take the business law class for the following year, but accidentally signed up for the law and business of theatre class. He is currently in another group of lawyers trying to push for a theatre adaptation of his mockumentary idea. Angel successfully crowdfunded for transport and a film crew to shoot a documentary about the plight of polar bears in the Arctic. She is still attempting to campaign for plastic-free film strips. As a result of the pressures of the film project and the trauma of breaking the rules, Charles developed post-traumatic stress disorder and has rarely been seen outside of his North London flat. The filmmakers have kindly offered him the use of a counselling service. Mina has returned to the offices of Burglary London and is currently trying to manipulate loopholes in the law to push for a new design of bags that has been copied from another company. She still continues to bitch about her colleagues in the film project to anyone who will listen. Gabby immediately spent the remaining £101 of the film budget on a new rug for her house. Her favoured £900 scarf remains at the back of her wardrobe along with her Burglary London bags. Her law firm has attempted to refer her to their accountants for financial advice, but she has so far refused. The lawyers have not seen each other since this fateful project, nor do they ever want to. As for Professor X, he has mysteriously fled the country following the filming of this documentary, and it has been difficult to locate him. His picture has since been found on the staff website of a different university in Los Angeles, where he presumably continues to illegitimately teach film classes while continuing to enjoy his passion for feet.
It's
Exciting time!
exciting time.
We have 101.
What the fuck, Charlie?
We're in serious danger now. I'm in fatal emergency.
Okay, no more laughing. Okay. Like, look at my family.
I'm sorry.
Scene 30.
So, should I say the what? Are you a psycho?
Do you think of the boss?
Stop this madness, I tell you guys, it's World War III all over again.
But it's not likely to. Oh my god.
Photographic stuff. That's one tasty cup of coffee.
That's a first strike.
Anyway, the answer is no.
I would like you to say yes. Go and.
No, you go then. It's very You're very cool.
Under no circumstances you are allowed to put any logos or company trademarks. Speaking about the law, remember that it's absolutely prohibited.
Yay!